Good evening, everybody. I'm calling this meeting to order at 5:30 p.m. Moving on to item 1B, roll call. Mrs. Santos, can you please take the roll?
Yes. President Leticia Garcia,
Here.
Vice President Roberto Campo, Clerk Beatriz Perez, Trustee Guadalupe Guilpas Barrera,
Here.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez,
Here.
Mr. Ocampo and Ms. Perez are absent.
Thank you. Moving on to item 1C, Pledge of Allegiance. Mrs. Santos, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Please stand, join me in the pledge. Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and for all.
All righty. Okay, moving on to item 1D, Spotlight. This is an opportunity to feature up to a 3-minute presentation, the positive things that are taking place throughout the district. Do we have any spotlights?
Yes, Dr. Fernandez.
Yes, good evening to all. So for our spotlight this evening, I would like to shine the light on Nancy's project partnership with Alisal Migrant Education Program. So Nancy's project is a local nonprofit founded in 1971 and has long served the Salinas Valley farm worker community through food, clothing, and holiday donations powered by over 50 volunteers. In 2024, Nancy's project began partnering with the Alisal's Migrant Education Program by donating shoes and clothing to our migrant students. Since then, the support has grown to include grocery carts for families and full professional outfit for our award-winning 6th grade migrant speech and debate team. This summer, Nancy's project generously provided a free pair of shoes to every TK through 6th grade student at Frank Paul and BRB, 2 schools with high migrant and newcomer populations, as well as all migrant students in our Migrant Summer MESA program. The event included a resource fair and food bank distribution. Families receive appointment tickets in advance and were welcomed into a fully stocked cafeteria where students shop for shoes alongside their parents, supported by 50 dedicated volunteers. It was a day filled with joy and gratitude. Special thanks go out to Mr. Porras, Mr. Martinez, Mr. Romero, Ms. Salinas, Alexis Diaz-Infante, our community school coordinators at Frank Paul and BRB, and the clerical teams at both schools and the Migrant Education Department for their work in making this event possible.
Thank you. Is there any other spotlights? No? Okay, we're going to move on to item 1E, adoption of the agenda. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion.
Mr. Jimenez, can I get a second? Thank you. Comments or questions? Ms. Sanzo, would you please take the line vote?
Yes. Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Guilpas Barrera, Trustee Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with Trustee Ocampo and Trustee Perez absent.
Thank you. Moving on to item 2, public comment concerning items on the open session agenda and/or non-agenda items. Guidelines. There will be a 2-minute limit for individuals and a 20-minute limit on total public comments. There is no ceding of one's time to other individuals. Item A, individuals wishing to address the Board of Trustees on open session agenda items and/or other items may do so at this time. Starting time is 5:34. Do we have anybody? We have one. Ms. Anita Toy?
Hi, my name is Anita Toy. I live in 1523 Park Street. Recently, they built a pre-learning school, 1081 Parkon Dock Drive. They put a big dumpster. It's next by my friend. It's really close to my kitchen, my bathroom, my bedroom, and then they put a bigger light pole. It's really bright in my backyard. So hopefully you can move it to somewhere else, it's really affect my life, so I go to the Alasal school, and then the super center, whatever the guy told me that is a state approve it. But I went, and then I called the state. The state said that it's about the school district. So I don't know what should I do. I just want the dumpster to move away from my backyard fence. As I just sit in the kitchen. I can see the dumpster in my face. Do you want to live in a condition like this? I'm working hard to paying my property tax, want a better life, and now I had to live it next by the dumpster. So I want that you guys can move away or something. I'm happy you have a preschool next by my neighbor, but I don't want a dumpster so next by my fan, my kitchen. That's it.
Okay, thank you. No other public comments, so we're going to go on to item 2B, association comments. Alisal Teachers Association. Thank you. California School Employees Association, Chapter 577. Nothing. And how about United Substitute Teachers Union? Okay.
Good evening, board. My name is Katie Bassler, and I represent the substitutes in the Alisal Union School District, as well as the Salinas City and the Salinas Union High School District. I'm here, one, to recognize the 2 MOUs that are on the agenda tonight, and also highlight the collaboration that took place. There was a delay because of some transitions in human resources. But I want to commend Elaine Mendoza and the district for reaching out to us when they discovered an issue with record keeping that was making the process of accounting for sick leave for substitutes very cumbersome. And we came to an agreement of how the substitutes can still earn sick leave, but it not be a burden on staff to keep track. So that is one MOU on the agenda that we think is mutually beneficial for both the employer and the employees. And the second, because of this MOU, substitutes will no longer be able to carry sick leave over from year to year. That was the accounting piece that was difficult. And in doing that, they lost some benefit. And so what has been agreed to is a 2% raise on their daily rate, which matches what the other units received. And it helps your substitutes at least try to keep up with the rate of inflation. And I'd like to also say your robust support of substitutes so that they can help in the classroom while you have professional learning is to be commended. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Moving on to item 3, board member / superintendent reports. Mrs. Ansel, do you have anything to report?
Yes. Yesterday was the first day of school. So thank you all parents for bringing your children. We had actually 97% attendance yesterday and today. So that's very important to the district, and that they know that we're safe and we'll do whatever we can to keep them safe in our schools. So we want to show our gratitude to our parents for making sure their students were there, for our teachers, our staff that made possible that everything was ready yesterday, and more than anything, again, to our children for being present. I also want to just take a moment to recognize last week, we received some sad news of the passing of Robert Brune, a retired custodian from Barden Elementary. Robert served our district for an incredible 40 years, and all at Barden. I never worked at Barden as a teacher or as an administrator, but as ed services, I did use the Barden PDC a lot. So he always made sure that it was ready. If it was cold, he made sure the heater was on. And he'd come in to check if we needed anything. So when he retired, we missed him because it was like, ooh, yeah, Robert used to do that for us. And so there was a way for him to, I would say, spoil us in the sense of like, I'm taking care of you. I'm making sure you're taken care of. So when we heard the news, we were sad. He dedicated 40 years to the district. So I'd like to take a moment of silence and to honor his memory, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Anzo. Any board member have anything to report? Oh, you?
Thank you.
Ms.
Yes,
Sosa.
just welcoming back everybody. The convocation was great. Now I know what songs you all like. I didn't know Keiko liked La Chona. It was really nice that you could tell everybody was excited to be there. Both sessions. Thank you, Dr. Coronado, for being there, Dr. Fernandez, Mr. Abbasi, Superintendent Anzo. I think everybody's excited that we have new leadership in the district, and we're just going in the right direction, I believe. And thank you for saying thank you, Dr. Fernandez, to the um, Nancy, I forgot her name, Nancy's project with the shoes. I was there. My granddaughter was embarrassed to go, but I wasn't. So I went to go pick out some shoes for her, some tennis shoes for her. And there were so many shoes. There was a lot of people, but it was kind of low attendance, I think, but for attendance school yesterday and today, 97. That's awesome. So thank you very much, and I wish all of you a great school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gilpas Pereira. Mr. Jimenez, okay?
Yeah, well, I want to say welcome to this new year, 25, 26, 20. Together we are the force that I am sure we'll overcome this uncertain time that we are going through this new federal administration. Administrators, teachers, staff, and parents, please know that you all have our support to achieve the goals set for this academic year. We need to work together to continue providing first level education for the students because our children deserve only the best. Together, we will work and support the new cabinet and our new superintendent, Senora Monica Ansu. Alisal Union School District family. Together we are the force. Welcome back, and I wish you all a good luck for this new school year. Alisal Forte.
Thank you so much. And just, I'd like to say, welcome back. Welcome back, and I hope you have a great 25-26 school year. I'm going to move on to item 4, consent agenda. Contracts, MOUs, agreements, grants, proposals, conferences, workshops, and field trips. Approval of a consent agenda with item K from consent agenda pulled, and item G. Ms. Gilbas Barrera would like to, that as a separate discussion and vote. Can I get approval of consent agenda?
So moved.
Ms. Gilbas Barrera?
Second.
Mr. Jimenez, comments or questions? Yes.
Yes, I do. I have two of the um, items here. The first one being D, that talks about agreement with the Colgate Palmolive Company for local oral health with our students, Bright Smiles. So I was reading on the background, and the background refers to our school nurse that is in charge of all the health needs at the school site. So this is going to help, I guess, relieve that a little bit. But then I know that I think there's just one school nurse. So is the school nurse, do we refer to her as the district nurse? Because not every school has a nurse, correct?
Correct. No, so it's the district nurse.
Okay, so, and it just makes me, I wanted to ask the question, so who does the health, normally who does it at the school site? Isn't one of the classified positions clerk dash nurse?
The clerk fives are clerks, and I believe it's health aides.
Okay, so is their day divided, or is just like when they're clerks, but if a student comes in, then they're nurse?
They provide the service.
Uh-huh.
If
So I would
it's-
think that the health of the kids comes first, so they drop what they're doing? Is that how it
Yes.
works? And is that working out pretty good?
Yes,
I mean,
sometimes it does. I
Uh-huh.
think it depends on how busy they're in the office, and
Mhm.
it's two of them,
Mhm.
so the secretary can jump in at times, but
Mhm.
it depends on the time during recess. They know when their times during, especially after recess, after lunch, is when
Mhm.
they probably have more kids in the office.
Right, so I know it doesn't fall under here, but at some point, if the district finds money at the end of the rainbow or something, we do need health techs at each school site, I think, because health is so important. And I don't think, you may correct me if I'm wrong, some of the school sites are using the nurses' offices or that area maybe as storage or clerical offices. Have you heard that, Mrs. Anzo?
So no, they shouldn't be using
Okay.
actually, the district nurse is really good about going in and
Oh, okay.
checking, because they still, if they have to, if they have a child with care plan and they have to provide any kind of medication, so they'll go in there, and we'll get in trouble if they're
Oh,
all,
okay, good.
yeah.
Maybe that was just a rumor going around, if I can humbly ask that
We could
somebody
check.
just check on that, because, little girls might have an issue where they need their privacy.
Yes.
Not even just little girls, boys, they need their privacy, and
And it should be
hopefully
clean
they-
and
thank you.
sanitary, yes.
Thank you. That was my comment on that one. My other comment was on item F, the agreement with PD, Thriving Students Collective. And I believe in PD, and we need all of that. And so I was reading the agreement. So it talks about in-person uh, professional development, which leads me to believe that some of the professional development, maybe consultants or that they're doing, are still by Zoom.
So we're pushing for most of our contracts to come in person.
Mhm.
So one of the things that, especially the Ed Services Department, our division, they're the ones that bring in a lot of the PD. We ask for in-person PD.
Okay.
It's rare that we have any virtual now, as it won't work for us.
So when they do Zoom, let's say there's one that we really want and they do Zoom, do they give the district a different price for
Yes.
oh, okay. That's what I didn't know. So I,
So most contracts, if they're on virtual, it'll be less. If they are in person, well, they have to charge also not just the service, but the travel.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you. That was it.
Okay, any other questions or comments? No? Okay, Mrs. Anzo, will you please take the line vote?
Yes. Trustee Leticia Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Guilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with Trustee Ocampo and Trustee Perez absent.
And omitting K and G. Okay, at this time, we'll go ahead and bring back G for discussion. Sue, approval of consent agenda, item G. But first, comments or questions?
I make a motion?
So motion for G.
Okay, let's make a motion, Mrs. Gilpa Sabrera, sorry.
Oh, no.
And second? Mr. Jimenez, comments or questions?
Thank you.
Ms.
Yes,
Gilpaz.
thank you, President Garcia. Yeah, I had several questions on this, and it could be I don't have lack of knowledge. I'm not saying that interpreters and translators are not deserving of good pay, because it's very hard to do, and not everybody can speak English and Spanish and go back and forth eloquently enough or legally enough for a school district. But in looking at the payment and fees for their service, I mean, they're going to charge $190 an hour, but their minimum is 2 hours, even if the meeting is only 30 minutes. Now, I know we do that, I believe, with like custodians, because they wake up in the middle of the night and come and, do something at the school. And so it's understandable, but an interpreter, that's a lot. And then it's a minimum of 2 hours and they charge 200, that's 400. I mean, and then if it's more than an hour, it's two interpreters. Why would you need two interpreters? If you can't handle it for an hour at $190, you're going to bring somebody else in. That's just, I think, a lot. If you ever needed on a weekend, it could easily come for 4 hours for two of them, even if it's not even a long meeting, it could be $800. And I think that's a lot. I didn't know that it was that expensive. And also, the translation equipment, if they provide it, they charge separate, like I guess $10 for each receiver. But I know the district, we have our own system, our own, because I know Miss Claudia helps with that. So I, I just want to know, why is it so much, and why are we contracting out when we just, and I'm not asking that question sarcastically, I'm asking it because I don't know the answer and I'm searching for understanding. We just hired an interpreter translator, but I think we had interviews, or excuse me, we opened the position. So how would those work together? And is this considering contracting out, since we may have qualified people in the district? Thank you. That's the long question.
So this is actually we are going to have a parent summit on September 6th. So it's to support if we need any oral translation for any of the presenters. So it's not for the year. On the other part where you asked about the person, we just did interviews last week, so we're still going through that process. I don't know if they'll be ready to start on September 6th.
Okay, so with this, okay, so if we're going to have, it's a parent summit, right?
Yes.
Because they're not going to be, I mean, this sounds like this is somebody who's going to work at the doctor at a hospital, that they're going to charge that much. So can't we offer or something to think about is to offer our classified, maybe overtime, because there's some right now that work as interpreters, right? Don't we have some clerks or paraeducators?
So we have interpreters, we have in special education that are interpreter clerks
Do you think it
or
would?
translator clerks.
It would be wise for the district to look at some of our own classified staff to be able to do some of this work? Because to me, this is minimum. They have to work 2 hours. They're going to get paid 2 hours, even if it's a 30-minute meeting. That's $400.
No, I mean, we can look, and Mr. Julio Castro is here, so he can explore that option before.
So when we look at these contracts and when they come before the board, do we look at different, like when they get bids for contracting construction, do we look at different, consultants, or do we just?
So there's companies that we work with that we already know that they're going to provide certain services they know our district. And so that's who we go to, right? So these are people that we've been working with, like when they come and translate maybe at board meetings, or that we use certain companies.
Well, I would like to see somebody interpret at the board meeting, because I know Miss Claudia does it, and I looked at her job description and it's not there. So we do need someone to do that interpreting. We do need someone, but so if they're going to come to the Paris Summit, it's going to be 2 people. And we're going to pay each of those people $200 an hour. To me, that's a lot. I think we need to look at what we can do in-house. But if you don't think that can happen, I need to hear that.
No, well, we can pull this now, table it for the next meeting. And then if we can't find it, we'll put it in the background agenda. We've asked these people, this person, we try to look for our own people to help support. And then we do have our own equipment. We have in Ed Services, so we have 2 sets of the translation equipment. And I know that we have some for the board meeting. So we have several of them.
And it's also, I think, an opportunity to extend to the classified for overtime, not just the SPED department, because there's a lot of our classified staff that speak Spanish. And there's nothing like for a parent, I think, to go to a meeting and see somebody that they know interpreting for them. So that's also a good thing. So then I will change so you're saying you would like to bring it back, then you want.
If we need to bring it back, right? So I think we have.
At this point, I wouldn't be ready to support it, but I would support tabling it back. So if you would like me to make an amendment, I will, but that's what I need to do.
So we can.
So we're going to vote on it, but we're not now. Now we're going to table it.
Yes.
So
you
then the
amend your
new motion would be to table this.
Or just pull the item like we did.
Pull the item and then discuss it at the next meeting and not vote for it right now.
Okay.
So that
But
would
I
be-
thank you for bringing that up, because when I saw this, I thought, okay, former principal, like, oh, this is probably for IEPs. But because, being in an IEP, there's a lot of technical jargon that you can't always translate, even though you're Spanish speaking, and I'm pretty fluent, but I think when you get to an IEP, that level, I'm not that great at it, and I haven't seen a whole lot of people that are really good at translating in an IEP. So I thought that's what this was for. So thank you for bringing that up and voicing your concern, because it is a lot of money. And if this is just a summit and it's not anything technical, like, law jargon or lawyer, anyway, maybe our own people could do it. So at this moment, we have, okay, I'm going to amend the motion and pull item G. And I guess that'll be it. Okay, we're going to move on then. Oh, yes. Okay, okay, I need a second.
Second.
Okay, no more comments or questions, right? Mrs. Anzo, can you please take the line vote?
Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera, and Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with 2 board members absent.
When is that parent summit?
September 6th.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item 5, human resources. A, action item, provisional internship permit, PIP, 2025-2026 school year. Can I get a motion? Ms. Gilbert
Second.
Barrera, second by Mr. Jimenez. Comments or questions? Mrs. Anzo, can you please take the line vote?
Yes. Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Gilpaz Barrera, Trustee Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with Trustee Ocampo, Trustee Perez absent.
Item 5B, action item, variable term waivers for 2025-2026 school year. May I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Jimenez, second. Can I get a second? Ms. Gilbas Barrera, comments or questions? Mrs. Anzo, can you please take the line vote?
Yes. Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with Trustee Perez, Trustee Ocampo absent.
Thank you. Item 5C, action item, memorandum of understanding, an MOU between LSL Union School District and United Substitute Teachers Union, amendment to Article 11, substitute sick leave. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion.
Mr. Jimenez? Ms. Gilbas Barrera, comments or questions? Ms. Anzo, can you please take line vote?
Yes. Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Gilpaz Barrera, Trustee Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with Trustee Ocampo and Trustee Perez absent.
Item 5D, action item, memorandum of understanding between LSL Union School District and United Substitute Teachers Union, amendment to Article 10, compensation. May I get a motion? Ms. Vivas Barrera,
Second.
Mr. Jimenez, comments or questions? Mrs. Anzo, can you please take the line vote?
Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Gilpaz Barrera, Trustee Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with Trustee Perez, Trustee Ocampo absent.
Item 6A, action, administrative services action item, revised board policies, administrative regulations, and exhibit series 5,000, student included. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Ms. Gilbas Barrera,
Second.
Mr. Jimenez, comments or questions? Ms. Anzo, can you please take the line vote?
Yes. Trustee Garcia,
Yes.
Trustee Guadalupe Gilpaz Barrera,
Yes.
Trustee Jose Antonio Jimenez.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-0 with Trustee Perez, Trustee Ocampo absent.
Item 6B, first read information, revised board policies, administrative regulations, and exhibit series 6,000, instruction included. Moving on to item 7, future agenda items. A, department presentation, early learning universal pre-K, Director Elia Garcia. That will be taking place on August 27th. Item 7B, school site presentation, LaSalle Community Schools Principal Maria Lepe, August 27th as well. And item 7C, presentation state of federal funding, that will be taking place on September 17th. Item 8, future meeting dates. The A, B, C, and D, August 27th, September 17th, October 8th, and October 29th. Item 9, public comments. 9A, individuals wishing to address the Board of Trustees on closed session agenda items may do so at this time, starting time 6 p.m. Ms. Basler?
Thank you for this opportunity. I wanted to take a moment because I failed to recognize Dr. Coronado and also Mr. Abrasi. Um, he helped tremendously with negotiations, and I welcome Dr. Coronado. I think she's a wonderful addition to the district, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Is there any other? Nope. Okay. Ending time 6:01. I'm going to adjourn to closed session at 6:01. We will be taking a 10-minute break. Closed session will begin promptly at 6:11. Good evening. We are reconvening to, back to open session at 6:43 PM. We have item 11B, one action item to report regarding item C, conference with labor negotiator, unrepresented employees. The board took the following action on a vote of 3-0 with trustee Perez and Ocampo being absent, with the motion made by trustee Guadalupe Gilpas Barrera and seconded by trustee Mr. Jimenez. The board voted to hire Josue Diaz Jr. as the Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources. Congratulations to Mr. Diaz. Item 12, adjournment. I will be adjourning this meeting at 6:44 PM. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.